Hi, today I want to show you how you can label the top of a stacked bar chart in Tableau. So this is Tableau 2019.4, and let's start by connecting to the Superstore dataset that comes with Tableau. Now let's create a simple bar chart by dragging region to the columns, quantity to the rows, and quantity to the label. And as you can see, we get the total quantity for each region as a label on top of the bars. Now let's turn the bars into a stacked bar by dragging ship mode to color. And now we get the label for each combination of region and ship mode, but we no longer get a total quantity for the region. To do this, we can use one of two methods. Let's start by the first method, which is to use a reference line. We'll right-click on the axis, click on Add Reference Line. We want the scope to be per cell. Choose the right aggregation method. And we want the label to show the actual aggregated value and not the type of computation. And in later versions of Tableau, we get this option to customize the tooltip, and that is very handy in situations like this where we want only the label and no tooltips or lines. So let's turn the tooltip off, turn the line off, and uncheck this last box like this. And as you can see, we now get the total quantity on top of the bars. So let's just format it so it looks a little nicer. Maybe center it and making it bolder like this. So that's the first method, which is the simplest method and the method that I like to use. But if you want, for example, to have more options regarding the customization of the label, you can use this other method, and that is to use a dual axis. So let's control-click the pill on the rows and duplicate it like this. We'll go to the second mark shelf here and remove ship mode from the second graph. And now, as you can see, we get the total quantity by region. And now let's right click the second axis and choose dual axis. Tableau then turns our mark type into circles because it's set to automatic. So let's switch it back to a bar for both axes. And now you can see that the non-stacked bar is on top of the stacked bar. So it looks a little weird. So let's move the non-stacked bar to the back. We can do this either by right-clicking the second axis and choosing Move Marks to Back, or we can just drag the second bill behind the first bill like this. And the next thing we have to do is to make sure the axes are synchronized. So let's right-click the second axis and choose Synchronize Axis. And let's also hide the second axis because they are identical and redundant like this. And now you see we get the total quantity by region as a label on top of the bar, just like we got with the reference line. However, now that it's a proper label, we can customize it by clicking on the label mark like this. So let's, for example, say we wanted to type in some stuff like this maybe. I don't know. The point is that you can't do this with a reference line, but you can do it if you use a dual axis. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video.